lawmaker is arrested for stealing and gambling away federal COVID funding, why some are calling on the mayor to resign. What's next in the investigation?
Wouldn't it be nice if we never had the FBI involved in the first instance?
How the state is tracking the massive influx of cash coming into Connecticut, and why lawmakers want to see even more done to keep it safe.
Snowball to a point where they just can't catch up with that demand. They can't produce those chips fast enough.
How soon local dealers expect the vehicle shortage to get better. The big stories at 6 right now. Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us right now at 6. We start with breaking news tonight. Michael DeMassa has resigned from his position with the city of West Haven after being charged with stealing COVID relief money. Now, he officially stepped down as the city's administrative assistant in a letter today. DeMassa is accused of stealing more than $600,000 and then gambling it away. So far, though, he has not resigned his position as a state representative. Now, some are also calling on Mayor Nancy Rossi to resign, saying DeMassa should not have been in control of that money in the first place. The mayor, who is in the middle of a re-election bid, is being pressured to admit that she made a mistake trusting DeMassa to distribute that money. Rossi's Republican challenger, Barry Cohen, wants residents to make the choice themselves.
Many people have asked for her resignation. I said, let the voters decide, because in either case, I'm very saddened by this because it is not political. This over here is an ethical issue. This is an issue of integrity, of respect, and of transparency.
Now, Mayor Rossi has been reported as saying she was the one who discovered that the money was missing, but some say so far that is not enough. So what can be done to make sure something like this does not happen again? On the answer desk tonight, legislative leaders are calling on more oversight after DeMassa was arrested. While the governor's budget office is watching how towns use that money, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino is part of our team coverage to find out why lawmakers are now asking for a deeper look. Mike is joining us live tonight at 6 with more on what he's uncovered. Mike?
Yes, Mark, lawmakers want this audit to look at two things. One, were these CARE Act funds used for their intended purposes outside of this DeMassa case? And do we need to put new rules in place to prevent this from happening again in the future?
It should have been caught, should have had review.
Lawmakers want to know why one of their own wasn't caught sooner. Representative Michael DeMassa was charged Wednesday with stealing COVID relief funding from the town of West Haven. Governor Ned Lamont's budget secretary says her office is working with an independent auditor and the FBI to look at West Haven's use of money. As a state, we must remain above reproach, be transparent, open, and maintain the vital trust of the people by ensuring they know their tax dollars are being used appropriately. Even before DeMassa's arrest, the Office of Policy and Management had already asked for reports from each town by Friday.
This was a very egregious example, apparently, of what could go wrong here. But there are other more simple things that may have gone wrong, too, that unwillingly were done, more so than nefariously.
But lawmakers from both parties want more. They want an audit that will make sure COVID relief funds were spent properly. This means looking for funding that is legal but doesn't fit the spirit of the COVID funds.
In my mind, there's a difference between money going out to help people who are hungry and homeless versus doing things that are aesthetic, like fixing a football field.
Connecticut towns are receiving a total of $1.56 billion in COVID funds. West Haven's share is $29 million. Lawmakers also want the audit to look at what rules are needed to prevent this again in the future.
We got to protect the vulnerable and the individuals who need the most help.
Lawmakers say they also want to be part of the process and have the information so that they can see if there's any changes that they need to make when they come back in a session here at the Capitol next year. Live from the Capitol, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.